This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're in London here for the press conference for Ultimate Boxer with 2 X's.
Yes.
In it. Yeah, do you want to just briefly explain your kind of role in this, Anthony, and also, you know, a little bit about the format?
Yeah, a bit of, you know, an ambassador for the Ultimate Boxer, and the format. A lot of people will say, you know, the boxing side of it is very similar to Prize Fighter, which we have seen for 3 fights in one night. But obviously they're trying to build it more about just the boxing, the show, the artists who will be performing on the night. Listen, you've just seen Charlie Sloth performing at a press conference. It's, I think, sort of gives you a bit of an idea what the team's trying to do. Young, ambitious team, and I think you see the way, like I say, it's not with TV backing. It might end up with TV backing. I'm guessing, you know, if it's a success, but if it is going to be a success, then I believe these will be the people to do it. I genuinely do, and it's, for me, KUGAN, I just think you see it, mate. You see it all the time. You're at the non-TV shows as well. I mentioned it just then in the presser. There's so many young fighters turn professional, and they expect the glitz and glamour, and it actually costs. It costs to be a professional fighter early on. Like I mentioned, the lad there, he's had 1 fight in 6 months, 800 quid for it. You can't survive on that. You can't survive on that. And I think what this tournament does, it looks to build those fighters, puts them, builds a profile up, builds them up on social media, which is such a big thing now, and gives them a bit of a platform. And why I think it's a good thing, because it's no competition with any of the other promoters. So in a way, let's be honest, KUGAN, there's a lot of promoters there without TV, and they think they've got a lad and he doesn't cover the cost with tickets, and they'll think, well, these guys don't want any options on him, on my fighter, so why not throw it a bit less stress for them, the promoter, a bit less stress for the fighters. They've not got to sell a certain amount of tickets, and everyone gets paid. Everyone gets paid, and say this to do well in it, and the building it then brings them back for their show, so where your profile gets bigger, you're going to sell more tickets. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I like, the concept. I like the concept. It's in no way competition to the other promoters. In a way, if the competition and so it's a success, which I believe it will be, it's helping other promoters.
And the first event will be in Manchester, so
yes.
Not too far for you.
Nope.
On the 28th of April. So it's an interesting format, like I said. It will have the comparisons to Prize Fighter,
of course it will, yeah.
But until you're kind of there and you kind of see the different angles that the team behind it are working on, it's probably a little bit too early to say now.
Of course it is, yeah. As I say, we can see on the 28th of April just exactly what's going to happen, and it's exciting. I'm excited about it, and obviously going off today, if it lives up to anything what's been said in the press conference, then I'm sure it'll be a huge success. And like I said, I keep reiterating on it, but I'm just happy to see you saw what Prize Fighter did for so many fighters, and I'm just excited to see this do something similar.
Well, I spoke to Eddie Hearn a few weeks ago. He said that he outlined a plan for you to fight Luke Campbell on the 14th of April in Manchester. You know, we know that's not the case now, but how serious were the talks for that Campbell fight?
Honestly, it was just very, you know, sort of rough talks. It was a possibility, and we didn't get down to, you know, final figures or nothing like that. But I think me and Luke, we both want a world title. We're both rated highly. We're a few governing bodies, and neither one of us will have a problem with the fight. I'm sure, like I say, both seen as 1 and 2 domestically, and both with Eddie, it seems a natural to make. So obviously we're both fighting before then, so what happens then in the summer, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, listen, I'm only, again, I know there was rumours, but I'm going from what Eddie Hearn was saying in an interview.
I'll be honest, I got a message from the guys at Sky, and that TalkSport says, oh, when's it getting announced? And I genuinely knew nothing about it. So I was a bit like, I don't know. So anyway, I met Eddie in Liverpool the other day. We had a good meeting, and he's outlined the plan. And yeah, it is a possibility for later this year, me and Luke. But obviously we've both got fights to come through first.
So are we to expect that you will be fighting in Cardiff on the Joshua card?
In the next few days, there will be an announcement when I'm allowed to say so.
Again, listen, you're not in trouble. I'll tell you why, because I'm getting everything from Eddie on camera.
Well, it's not even. That's it. You know as much as me, mate.
I asked him about the card the other day, and he said there's a possibility that you may be fighting on the card.
There is a good possibility.
Yeah. So you're not
There's a good possibility, mate. Yeah, no, I'm just sort of repeating what he's saying. So when I get the go ahead to say when my next fight's going to be, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to put you in it.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. Yes,
what he said in the interview, I'm repeating that to you. Yeah,
and that's it. And it will be a great platform to be on. But listen, if I'm not going to be on in Manchester, what other card? What better than being on the undercard of a stadium fight with two heavyweight titles, 3 heavyweight titles on the line. It's a great platform, great show. And it's something I'm excited about. So,
obviously, listen, I'm not going to ask you about who the opponent is, but was there a few discussed?
I just told someone in the top 15.
Yeah.
Someone in the top 15, so it'll be a decent opponent.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm excited for. I think if you look at my last so many fights I've been in with good opposition all along, and I'd like to keep it, similar, really.
But obviously, your last time out has kind of resurrected your career in a certain way. I'm not, obviously after the two
Linares defeats.
Fights. You've come back with the Ricky Burns win, so now you want to kind of get yourself back into that mix again.
Of course I do, yeah. And listen, Ricky's a great fighter. You just have to look at what he's done in the sport. And it's good to be back to winning ways, and good to be back to winning ways against such a good fighter, which a lot of people deemed a 50-50 fight. And where does the loser go from here? So obviously it's a big relief to win that, and it puts me right back in the picture. So I'm excited now about being out again. I've been in the gym, and I'll be ready. I'll be ready for the next one, and like I say, against another decent opponent.
Terry Flanagan fights Maurice Hooker for the title at 140 pounds on April 14th in London.
Yep.
So his move up, does that kind of suggest that ship has finally sailed?
It looks further away than ever. Now Terry's moved up in weight. Listen, you know me, I'm not in the air to slag boxes off or something like that, but I heard I think was it Frank's Christmas dinner, and Terry was like, I don't know if Crolla really wanted that fight. So we offered them more money than they've ever been offered, and in the way Terry was happy to take the fight, fair play to him, but he wasn't allowed. So you can't make out I didn't want the fight. Do you know what I mean, KUGAN? And that's not been made when it was very public when they offered me a fight for £500,000, but I had to give up my world title to take that fight. That was made very public, but I've not really made it a big deal of him. We made a bigger offer than what's ever been made, but it wasn't allowed to take place. And understandably, his promotion, his team, they've got their own path. Terry says he'll be a better fighter at 140, which I believe he probably will be, but you can't say these big fights at lightweight wasn't there and they wasn't on the table for you. That's my fault. Like I say, I wish Terry well. I genuinely do, but don't tell me that he was avoided, because there was an offer to fight myself, there was an offer to fight Linares, there was an offer to fight Mikey Garcia, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen for one reason or another. Terry will have to give that option, but the thing with me lately, I get asked that a lot, and I'm like, I didn't make a song and dance like, but money was made, an offer was made to the team. They was probably happy to take him, but wasn't allowed, and that's simple. That's what it is. And now, I wish Terry well against Maurice Hooker, and I think it's a fight he wins.
All right, well listen, I'm being hurried along now, Anthony, so listen, good to catch up with you today.
You too, KUGAN, as
and
always,
I'm sure I'll catch up with you, I'm sure you'll be probably at the Matchroom show in a few weeks.
I will be, yes.
At Victoria Warehouse.
Yes, next gen, Callum Smith the night before, and then straight to the warehouse. We've got a few on, Yeah,
absolutely. All right, Anthony, thank you very much, and we'll catch up with you then, mate.
KUGAN, good to see you,
Top
mate.
man, thank you.
Take care.